I think we can start this one by saying what a day, or what a days.
Well, what a day.
What a days, what a
Really,
days.
for the
Again,
most
I
part.
would like to start off first by thanking the both of you, because I was in a I was in a pretty bad place these past like 24, 36
Yeah.
hours. Real quick, after 6 years of having the conversion van that we used for getting Jaden around, and we realized the past 3 years we didn't really need it that much, not going into New York, not needing it. I finally paid it off, and I figured, okay, it's time to get rid of it. And it was time to get something, because this one's going to be driving very soon. So we needed to get a vehicle for that one over there. So about a week ago, the place that I get the vehicle from is out in Troy, Ohio. Dave Arbogast. I've got my first conversion van, and then they brought another one, and then I saw a vehicle that I wanted, and I said, okay, buy that, and I'll take some money, and then I'll buy something for Dakota. So I saw a vehicle a couple of days ago. Turned out we got everything going. I got a phone call yesterday morning. Now, I thought that we were going to be doing everything within like a week or so. Guy calls me yesterday morning and says, okay, listen, the driver's going to be heading out tonight. They'll be there tomorrow, meaning today. And I'm just like, okay. And I figured the van is run it every now and then. I started, hadn't started in a while, knew it needed a battery. Dakota and I went out. I figured, let me just put a new battery in it because I don't want to have to deal with any battery issues. Went out, got a new battery. The battery in a Mercedes Metris, if you know anything, is underneath the passenger seat in this tiny little slot. It literally slides in, slides out. Luckily, I got the exact same battery. That wasn't a problem. As I was sliding in, I noticed a very slight spark inside. The guy who worked on the vehicle told me exactly what that is. They have a little tab on one of the things that actually sticks out, which is a problem and a known problem, but they still make it. I blew about $800 worth of fuses in that vehicle yesterday. Luckily, this morning I was able to, with the help of some people, get it local to Phil's Auto, right over there in Clifton, right by Nutley. He's worked on my Mr. Bean cars, and he'll be getting them back. And he'll be getting Dakota's new vehicle, too, because he's a European specialist. We'll get into that. But yeah, it's once I realized everything was blown, then I started seeing different issues with the van. Then I started seeing more things going wrong. I immediately contacted him. I couldn't get a hold of him right away, but when he finally did get back to me,
it was already after hours.
It was after hours, but he finally got in touch with me about 8 o'clock last night, and I was like, okay, can you call off the driver? And he was like, we don't have any contact with the driver. So he said he's going to be on the way, so we'll have to figure this out. Got up this morning, just started jumping into some things. The dealership that I was dealing with, like I said, Dan out in Ohio, he was absolutely wonderful. He said, can you find somebody local that you trust, instead of having to deal with a dealership where the van would have sat for at least a week, and who knows how expensive that would have been. And like I said, I remembered Phil, who worked on my classic Mr. Bean Mini and my modern Mr. Bean Mini. So he's like I said, a European specialist. I gave him a call. I explained the situation, and the first thing he says, he goes, "Well, today's my last day. I'm going on vacation." He said, I'm going to be working. Yeah, he said for a couple of weeks. He said, but I'm going to be working around the garage today and tomorrow, just on some of my own stuff. So he said, you know what? He says, bring it in. He says, I'll hook it up real quick. He goes, if it's something major, he goes, you can take it and figure out what to do. He goes, but let me see. He ended up spending the entire day ripping the seat out, ripping a whole bunch of fuses out. Fuse panels were completely burned. Like I said, like $800 worth of repairs, but he got it done. The driver got here from Ohio, I think about 2 o'clock, went down to Third Ward Park, hung out in the park, sat with the ducks. He enjoyed it. He enjoyed New Jersey. And then I gave him a call once Phil gave me a call. We went, we picked it up, and then he drove off in my Metris, and then I drove home from Phil's Auto Service in Dakota's new vehicle, where we brought her outside and we showed her her new vehicle. You were told you were getting a Volkswagen when it was time to drive. So come outside.
That's a car.
Wait, that's the wrong set of keys?
Oh my god. Ooh. I can't drive yet. When you can.
Yes, your first car is a Volkswagen.
Oh my god. That's so cool. Oh my god. Now it's kicking in. So first I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, well then.
You can sit inside of it. You can sit in the driver's seat.
Unlock the car. Oh my gosh. That's so cool.
So what do you think of your Volkswagen?
Very cool.
Volkswagen. Yes. Volkswagen Porsche.
Would you like to talk about it?
It's very cool. It's a Porsche.
It's a Volkswagen. It's a fancy Volkswagen.
Fancy Volkswagen,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing. I know, like, a lot of people are always like, "Oh, the first car should be a junk." No, I want her first car to be the best possible car, and it's an older. It's a 2012 Porsche Cayenne base, nothing fancy with it.
It has a DVD player.
It's got
A DVD player.
It's
great.
just base, but
Takes me
listen,
back.
it's a 5-star plus rating for a crash, so that's my
safety
biggest
is
inspiration.
number one.
High mileage, wasn't expensive, and that's one of the first things when Phil was done with the van. I asked him, I said, "You'll be working on this next doing servicing on it," and he asked what year, and I told him 2012 Cayenne. I said, "Is there anything I need to worry about?" And his response was, "Drive it and enjoy it." He says, "You're not going to have any problems." So we're looking forward to that. We're going to get out next week and get our driving going,
Yes.
and then me and Mom can do even less because then we can send you everywhere.
Yeah, and I was saying that too because in order to get my license, I believe it's like 6 months of driving with somebody, but
right.
you have to get in like a certain amount of hours. Obviously, they can't track it, but
Yeah,
they recommend. So
yeah.
that
No,
would probably be
we'll.
my practice is if you have to run out and get something, then
Yeah.
I'll
This
drive
is
you.
this is the perfect vehicle for you. So we'll get you out. We'll get you used to it. We'll figure things out, and we're back to being a Porsche family again. I've talked about it on here. I was building a custom Porsche when Jaden got sick, and when I built my slammed GTO clone with the ghost flames on it, I actually had a Porsche logo on the nose of it. I took the Pontiac logo off and I put the Porsche logo on. And going to car shows, I used to just love how that used to just piss everyone off. They're like, "What is that?" Because I put it on it, because I want it on it, because I like Porsches. I don't have one. It's on this, so it's. We got. I was thinking, I was like, "Oh my gosh, we're back to a Porsche family again." It's like I was thinking my Dave Lebo picture, that amazing Dave Lebo picture that I have, that custom
yeah.
Porsche that he did. I've got all my collectibles that I can give you, and you didn't even realize, but you did your hair the other day. Kayla was up here. She did a wonderful job, and you had your hair done. It's Porsche red. You didn't even know that you had a. And you had Porsche red
my
done.
fun red.
It is
I
a
like
fun red.
It is. It's cool too when you put it up too. It's like
Yeah.
it's got a great look when you put it
Yeah,
up.
she
so-
can hide it or she can show it off.
Yeah, yeah. That's
wanna put
that's
my
the thing
hair
that's
out.
great because when it's down, you
Yeah.
like you don't even know that there's anything there. It's like.
And then it's like a lot of red.
See, I just have
I
one
like it.
hairstyle, which is messy. This is all I got.
Well, at least you got it. And that's what you're
Yeah,
happy
you know what?
about.
I can't complain. At my age, that's true. I got to be happy with this, whatever it is. Yeah, that's just a quick recap. Again, I was stressed out beyond all stressed out, but it's one of those things where even last night I was just telling myself, you know what? Within a day or two, it's going to all be resolved. It's not that big a deal, but it's just like, oh my gosh, like every time we try to do, I was like, I just wanted to do this for you. And it's like every time we try to do something, it's just a headache.
It is.
It's just everything goes wrong. And it's
Like we get to the finish line, but there's always obstacles along the way.
And it happens so fast too, because if it was like,
Well, the thing exactly, they
because
called.
like originally they were supposed to come next week, so if this
Yes.
would have happened,
He would have had some time.
yeah.
Yeah, when he called, you figure, okay, the guy's leaving, and I'm figuring, okay, great, I'm just got to put a new battery in. It's no big deal. I've changed 1 million batteries, but I never had to slide a battery into a perfectly spaced hole that has no space. And obviously, like I said, when I slid it in, I kind of lifted it up and something hit, and that was my $800 mistake. So.
But you had
I
no
learned-
idea. But you
I
had
had
no
no
idea
idea.
what it was.
No
We
idea.
didn't know if you'd have to like have it towed to the dealership. So and then it was just all sorts of scenarios. We didn't know what was going to happen. So it was not a good evening.
But it worked
But
out. I'm
it worked
exhausted. I
out.
haven't slept. I wanted to go to sleep once the nurse just got here, but we said no. We gotta keep the babble going. This
Yeah.
is important. And again, just being with you guys again helped me a lot through everything. You gave me dozens of hugs yesterday, which I'm great. She would just look at me and be like, "Okay, you need a hug." I'd be like, "Okay, yeah." Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, it
I'm the
was.
hug giver.
But again,
They help.
you go through it, and it's like, okay, it's not. It is a big deal. It's frustrating. It's tiring. It's going to cost you money that you don't have, but you're going to get through it. But it's
Yeah.
just while you're going through it, it's
Because
just,
you don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't know if everything's going to fall
Well,
through.
I felt
You
bad
didn't
too. I
know-
mean, the guy drove 10 hours from Ohio, and then he gets here, and they weren't able to get a hold of him. So the first thing he says is, "Hey, I'm here. I'm ready to go." I'm like, "They never got a hold of you. Wait, we're going to be a couple more hours." And he was wonderful. He came up. He sat on the front porch. He was telling me that where he's from, he lives on like a little dead end. He said the only time he sees a car come in front of his house is if they made a wrong turn. He was sitting on the front porch. He
Yeah,
said the
Passaic
breeze is
Avenue, so he
beautiful.
was seeing
cars
cars.
driving by. He couldn't have been happier. And then he was just like, I said, we got a couple of hours. So he asked, he said, do you have a park around here? I said, right down the block. He went down to Third Ward Park, where the shooting was last week. Luckily, he came this week and not last week. But yeah, he went down, and he said he just sat in the park, and he was just watching the water fountain, and the people walked by, and he said it was... So again, I'm grateful. It just... The thing that made this easy, luckily, of course, is always you guys, but just everyone that was involved in the whole thing.
Yeah, a lot of
It was just,
heroes in the story.
there really was. Like I said, Phil's auto. I mean, he was absolutely.
He was
didn't
wonderful.
have to. He
Yeah.
could have. He didn't have to.
He really saved the day.
He really saved the day, because it could have been weeks before I got that van fixed and done, and who knows what would have happened with the whole.
Yeah, they might have lost interest or said,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
going to have to deal with that.
But yeah, he was an absolute hero, and like I said, the guy who drove up here, I forgot his name. He was absolutely just the nicest guy. Just like, like, okay.
Yeah.
And he said to me too, I kept apologizing, and he was just like, "It's not your fault." He's like, "You didn't build the van." He's like, "It's not." I'm just like, "Just thank you."
Yeah, I know.
It's just nice when people are nice.
Yeah.
So thank you to
Kindness.
the nice people. Exactly.
Yes. That made it a lot easier.
Yeah.
It was making it a lot smoother as a day. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's
Well,
starting to fall into place
every
a little
time I
bit.
talked to Dan out there at the dealership too, I didn't know how they were feeling about it, and he was just like, "Don't worry, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna get through it. We'll figure it out." I mean, I'm sure they've dealt with.
I'm sure they've dealt with this
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
Yeah.
But when it happens to you, you're
Yeah,
in a
I
bad
know.
place.
Yeah. Yeah, it was rough.
Speaking of places, our little alien guy, we're going to start doing something, because he's here now and he's going to be a part of it. So I think every week we're going to put our little alien guy in a different spot, and you're going to have to find him.
You
if you-
kind of ruined the point this week of pointing to the alien. Like, you could have just said I had the alien, but you're like, I'm gonna put the alien.
I'm tired. I'm stressed out. I can't.
But next week,
don't
Don't expect him to give any.
Yes,
He's not going to tell you next week.
Next week, I'm not going to point to where he is.
We'll just say he's hiding.
He's hiding. Can you find him? But that's our little alien guy, and we're just gonna. It's gonna be something. Maybe we'll give out prizes. Maybe we won't. Maybe you'll just have the joy of knowing where he is during each
Exactly.
episode. It's the simple things sometimes.
Yes.
It's the simple things. Like we were saying. Just it was so funny because we were talking this morning about how everything, and I was keeping myself calm. I still didn't know how everything was going to go. And we were looking at the air conditioner that we had spoken about on an earlier episode about how that was the one thing in the past, I don't know how many years, that there was zero problems with.
Yes.
I couldn't believe it. I found it. I ordered
He's like,
it. Fit right.
he's like,
years I've
"How
been
come?"
searching for that
He
size.
goes, "How come nothing can ever go smooth ever?" And then I'm like, "The air conditioner."
The air conditioner. I actually
he's
hugged
like,
it.
"You're right."
I actually
The
went
air
up
conditioner.
and I hugged the air conditioner this morning because I thanked it for being the only thing that hasn't given us any issues in I don't know how long. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, in the end, like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm not. It was a tough time, but again, grateful for the way everyone good people made a tough time a lot easier. So
Yes.
And I have a Porsche now.
you have a Porsche now. You have a
She
fancy.
has a Porsche.
You have a fancy Volkswagen.
It's pretty. It's white. Oh, we'll show it.
Yeah, we'll show it. We'll show it throughout the thing.
Yeah.
And, I think we're gonna paint you wanted to paint the wheels. It's white. It looks like the Kia.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can. We still have leftover paint from when we painted the wheels on yours because it looked nice and classy. So it's up to you.
Well,
You can-
yours, ours.
We can do that on that. We're not tinting the windows just yet. I mean, I hate driving a vehicle without tinted windows. I love it. But for you, we're going to keep it untinted for a while just so you can see a lot better.
You feel comfortable.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she'll practice in the car that she'll be driving, which is perfect.
Yeah. No donuts in this car. No donuts.
That's
No eating or no doing?
Because they're
Because we make no promises on the eating.
There was one time we were out when you had, and I'll say it now because we had nothing but problems with that vehicle and that dealership when you had your Chevy. Me and her were out one day, and I found a big parking lot somewhere, and I was just like, hop in, and she's like, what? I was just like, hop in.
Donuts
So
in the snow.
It was like snowing.
it was snow, yeah, it was snow. Yeah,
Why
she
not?
was doing donuts.
Easy,
And,
easy. That's okay.
so she knows how to do donuts. We'll work on the driving, but starting with the donuts is the way to go. You learn to donut.
Well, if I'm in any danger, that'll be my automatic response.
Exactly.
Just like to start going in circles.
Donuts, that's you start with the donut. It's like SpongeBob with the drawing. You start with the head, and then you take everything. We start with the
Erase
donuts.
all the features.
Yeah, erase all the features, and then we'll have you driving.
I never did donuts, I gotta say.
Oh, we'll have to get you out and do some donuts in the parking lot.
Maybe,
so.
maybe.
All righty. Next episode, we're going to be doing donuts in a parking lot somewhere.
Or eating donuts.
Or eating donuts.
Or eating donuts.
That's probably more likely that we'd be eating donuts more than
had
doing
one last
donuts. You still have your donut.
No, I ate it.
Oh,
It was good.
It was good, right? Dunkin'
Dunkin'
Donuts.
Donuts. Yeah, I think I may eat a little something sugary now and then just crash because
Yeah,
I
you
need some
you,
sleep,
you
so-
need it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You need sleep. You need food. You need
Yes. Rest. Peace.
peace in his life.
Peace. Peace.
Peace.
Again, thank you guys. And thank you to the nice people of the world. To the bad people of the world, I don't thank you. But to the nice people, I thank you. I've babbled an awful lot on this one. Just getting again, that's kind of therapeutic, though. It's been a
no,
rough
it was
couple
good.
hours, so that was therapeutic.
Well,
You're because you're
Babble.
still in the thick of it, so it's like
Hence
you.
the babble. Is there anything you would like to add to the show?
I think you covered a lot. That's pretty much what it's been for the last 24 hours. But then, the happy ending.
Yay!
Yay!
Is there anything you would like to add to the babble?
not really. My life's been pretty simple.
Simple is good.
Simple
Yeah,
is good.
Exactly.
Keep it that way.
Yes.
That's all you can ask for.
Just gotta finish school, so that's my priority.
How much longer do you have?
I'd say probably by next week I should be done.
Oh wow!
Homeschooling.
Yay.
Yeah.
And she's awesome and amazing. We never have a problem. So it's
Yeah, this year I fell a little bit behind because I was doing 40 other things.
well,
so
yes, doing 40
I'm
other
glad I
great
caught up.
things.
But behind in the sense that she wanted to end a little earlier. That's all. So she really isn't behind, but behind on the schedule that you had
Well,
set for
yeah,
yourself.
last year I finished May 13th.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do that this year. But
Well, as
it's
soon as you're done with school, then you can go sit out in the back of your truck like you were. You just pop the back
yeah.
the back
I
thing.
will.
You
I'll
just
I'll
love
just sit
sitting
in
there.
my car
Yeah.
sometimes and just like,
That's something that I'm really glad, and I'm looking forward to doing that with you, is because I mean I've always been a car person. I loved cars long before I could drive. I was driving at 13. I mean, driving in cars have always been my life. I got mom into Top Gear now. I
Yes.
got her watching that. I'm just a gearhead. I'm a car guy. I just love everything about it, and I love driving. I miss it. I don't get to do as much as I
I
can.
love driving.
So and
Or I love being in a car.
well,
We'll see how much.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm looking forward to just knowing that you're just going to be able to just enjoy that, because that's something I need to get out to too, and that is a therapy, and I'll enjoy this vehicle too. But yeah, just driving sometimes. Just put some music on. Just
Well,
get
yeah, that's
away,
what I'm
just-
looking forward to when I get comfortable with driving, is being able to drive down to Pennsylvania, where my friends are,
Yeah.
and then it'll be an easy thing, because usually like now we have to plan, like the parents need to
Yeah.
figure
Yeah.
everything out. If
Well,
I
that's
could
gonna
just
that's gonna be great, because then those will be more sleepless nights for us. Great. Yeah. Now, I know you're going to be a great driver. I know that's, like I said, she's already driven, but
I
I've
mean, I
seen
loved
her.
driving when I was younger, but I think as I've gotten older, I don't love it so much. I think I just don't love driving around here. Is the problem.
I'm actually. I mean, I had that conversion van was okay. It saved on gas mileage, but I didn't really enjoy driving that much. It wasn't a fun ride at all. But
If it was just
That's
like
a big
open
car.
road and just nature and just really, then I'd be able. Then I think I could enjoy driving, but not so much. Not so much around here.
yeah.
yeah, looking forward to some driving next week with you. We're gonna have some fun. So that's we'll take some videos of that.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do some donuts. Who knows? Set up some ramps, maybe some small jumps.
I'll eat donuts. They'll do donuts.
Yeah,
Works
Yeah.
for me.
It's for me.
donuts. All right.
All right.
Be good, people. That's all that I ask. Again, I'm just grateful that I was able to deal with good people today. So be good, people.
Yes. Be good. Be kind.
Be kind. The peace, the love, and the laughter. Bye-bye. He's there. He won't be there next time. Okay? I'm not going to tell you. You can find him next time. It's going to be on you. Okay?
All on you. You'll be on your own.
There'll be prizes or not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Bye.
We'll figure it out.